let's go and start with your opinion on it, Joe. What was your overall impression of Resident Evil 8 when you first started seeing it coming out in trailers and everything versus actually playing it now?
Uh, so when it came to, I watched one trailer. I only watched the one trailer
Me too.
that got released a little bit before it came out. And that's because you told me to watch it because you told me Chris was the bad guy. So I was like, okay, I gotta watch it. Um, but it's good in a sense that it takes a lot of like great things that Resident Evil has done and been known for, and kind of like puts them all into the pot together in this game. But it also does like a lot of bad things that Resident Evil is like kind of known for, and kind of also throws it into the pot too. Which, I mean, if you're a Resident Evil fan, you'll love the game. But if you, again, I guess a lot of people that I've seen review the game and talk about the game also have the same feeling. If you like actual horror, um, I guess Resident Evil 7 was a little bit better in that aspect.
Yeah, because it was a bit more of a controlled environment, not as much like big perks with all the infinite weapons and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I said, it has a lot of the good things, a
Hmm.
lot of the bad things. Um, I mean, the story, I would say, is definitely still there. It's definitely a solid story so far. I like where they've been going with it. They've been telling a tale of something, I guess, someone different of the average Joe. I would consider Ethan more of the average Joe, but
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, I read somewhere that like this since seven, like it's the Winters trilogy, Ethan Winters trilogy. It's not like they even stated like it's Ethan Winters who's supposed to be like the main person in the whole thing. So
Yeah.
after the ending of eight, I mean, it's hard to, think that he's not going to come back. I mean, again, we're already talking about spoilers here.
Yeah.
He's gone. So it's just like, what do you do now? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wonder how they could actually bring him back because they found out at the end of 8 that Ethan had actually died from the head stomp by Jack Baker at the beginning of Resident Evil 7. So this entire time he's just been mold, and that's why he's been able to take so much damage, so many as like the lore that I've been reading up on. He's able to just take so many fatal injuries, yet have the same superhuman regenerative capability as everybody else. And so I
He,
feel like what were you gonna say?
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I feel like there could be a possibility with the fact that Rose being an adult now and her really tapping into her powers, there may be a bit some kind of tie-in with that.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that Rose is going to play a big part in it, mainly because I feel like it's quite possible. I don't know exactly when. No, okay, so Rose was definitely conceived before Mia got kidnapped, right?
Yes. Yeah. It
Okay,
was, if I remember
okay,
correctly, the reason for Mia being kidnapped was because of the birth of Rose.
okay, awesome. Now, quite possibly when Ethan died, um, Rose was already keeping Ethan alive. You know what I mean? Because I
In
mean, if
like an
she,
existential
because
sense?
yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, because if Mia was already getting kidnapped for for Rose being conceived,
Right.
that means Rose already has all that power. So that doesn't wouldn't like, I mean, wouldn't I just feel like Rose was like keeping Ethan alive when Ethan died at that moment. But that's
Oh, at the
also just
very
my
end of
thought.
Resident Evil 8, when he was like just
Yeah,
like barely on the last ropes, do you think Rose was just keeping him alive right there?
yeah, you know what I mean. Like I don't
Yeah.
think like I don't like I think like she was like quite possibly like already like keeping him alive and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like he
Yeah.
was already feeding off of her power.
Yeah, because you if remember looking at with the Heisenberg, he was wanting to use Rose as a weapon against Miranda, And so that means already she has some pretty superior powers just inherent alone with it. And I feel too with because I know the Mutamosite or the Megamosite, whichever it's called.
Yeah, yeah, something like that.
yeah, yeah, Megamosite. That
Magicite.
was
It's magicite.
Magicite. Okay. I know because it was like just on the verge of dying after Ethan finally kills Miranda, and then Rose still keeping him on his last limb. Like I was expecting him to see like more fall apart and everything as he's like trying to go back, but that he was still remaining intact and up until the explosion. So I feel like she
Yeah.
could have helped him like just hold on that much longer.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Because apparently she still has all this power even after the thing is destroyed too.
Hmm.
So I mean, again, it's quite possible that if she knew how to use her powers at the time, of course, for being a baby, um, she could have kept him alive.
Exactly, because you saw like at the end of eight with her, she was saying she told that guy who called her Evelyn, it's like I could show you all kinds of things that even Chris doesn't know about, and they got all super concerned and worried. But then
Yeah,
obviously
exactly.
afterwards, he like paid her a compliment saying that she's a lot like Ethan. She's like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Um, so yeah, I mean, so the story, like I said, the story was good in a sense to where things are moving forward, but not in the way I really expected them moving forward.